This is Mount Elbert. This is what we are going to try day after tomorrow.
Food storage required.
Here is Mount Elbert. So we can see the trail along the ridge. Here at Twin Lakes, Colorado. This is Mount Elbert South Trailhead. We're here to check out Mount Elbert. Walking on the South Trail. Not really a trail, but trying to get to the South Trailhead on this drivable path. One more mile to go. I think we walked up 1 mile like this. We're still walking on this trail, our car drive pathway to South Trailhead. Today we are doing the pre-hiking trail. We're going to do on the north side, but we are checking it on the south side today. South Trailhead. We just want to go walk to the South Trailhead from the parking lot. It's a 2-mile walkway. It's not very steep, but we want to just stretch our legs and get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be pretty steep hike, but this is nice way to stretch your legs and get ready for hike tomorrow. We are doing this as part of our acclimation process. See how hard the trail is going to be and how the lungs are going to keep up with this. I think we have been acclimating for 2 nights and 2 days so far, and feels pretty good. So we'll see tomorrow how it goes. All right. So we are here at a creek, stream, and cross it and see if I can pass it. Very nice stream. So, view of Mount Elbert and all the peaks. and the Twin Lakes lake view from here. It's beautiful. Mount Elbert. Here we come. Hi. We are here at Mount Elbert Trailhead. Today is Sunday, August 13. Time is about 6:15 or 6:20, I guess. So we are trying to summit Mount Elbert today. Colorado's tallest mountain and second tallest peak in the lower contiguous United States. There it is. Colorado Trail is about quarter mile from here. That's what we're going to take. Mount Elbert Trailhead. Some streams. Okay, I started on this path. Little rugged. There's kind of jig-jogging here. They warned us not to do any shortcuts, so we have to follow the path. Otherwise, it will cause erosion here. All right. Checking along here on this path. Mount Elbert is the second highest peak in the lower contiguous 48 states of US, and in hiker lingo, this is called 14er. This is, I believe, is 14,400 feet to the summit, and this is my first 14er, so I'm excited. And we kind of packed a little heavy, a lot of food, bananas, water, a lot of water, and electrolytes. So hopefully we're going to need all of that. And yeah, we're about 10-15 minutes into the hike. It's so far good. It's steep. Started steep, but not bad. I think we're going faster. Maybe we should slow down. We're going to hike however our body tells us to do. Yeah, I have my cap on. It's a little chilly. It's in mid-30s. We started around 6:20. Now the sun came out, and we are beginning to kind of already sweat. Yeah, you can see the sunshine behind. Actually, you can see sun behind me already peeking through the woods. We are on our first break already. I think our secret to hiking this 14er is take lots of breaks. And we're going to continue on this lots of mini breaks hiking. We want to not hurry, but also at the same time do good timing. The pace we want to, we set our pace at a mile per hour pace. So the trail is about 4.7 miles long, I believe. So about in 4.5 hours, we want to get to the summit. So by 11, if we summit, that's great. So yeah, we are continuing on this journey, continuing on the hike. Pretty much path is like this. It's kind of steep, but no rocks to climb, no scrambling on the rocks like we did on the Mount Washington. But so far, it's a pretty well-trodden path, well-traveled trail. You can see we saw lots of hikers. Bunch of them passed us, and we passed a couple of old timers like us. So yeah, good. Well, we're still in the tree line. As you can see, I think this tree line will end after, I believe, after 1.5 mile, and then next 3 miles or 2.5 miles in the exposed area. I'll check back again. So to hike Mount Elbert, we came from Boston on Thursday night, late Thursday night, and we acclimated. We spent 2 days and maybe 2.5 nights to do the acclimation process. We wanted to be on the safe side. We don't know how this high altitude is going to treat us. So, and we have been acclimating full Friday and Saturday. And Saturday, we went to the South Trailhead and the Twin Lakes area to check out that area, and also did a little bit of 1.5 mile hike up on the South Trail just to get this acclimation process going. But this is more than acclimation. I think this is the steepness is the one that's going to cause you out of breath. Yeah. We're doing a lot of jig-jogging here. It's on the edge of a cliff, I guess. We don't want to fall down that. Pretty constant slope. There's no let up, but you know, let's keep going. Yeah, there were some guys, young guys. Wow, they're doing pretty good pace. We're still walking on this side of the cliff. I don't know if I told you, this is my first 14er. We did Mount Washington last month in July, and that has lots of rocky trail, but this is not a rocky trail, but it's steep. Some parts of Mount Washington were pretty steep, but here it's similar to that, at least the first part. I'm going to wait for my friend Anand. Yesterday, when we were checking out South Trailhead and surrounding areas around at Twin Lakes area, a couple of things. Yesterday was a mountain bike race, I believe, a 100-mile race, and it was, you know, one of the, maybe not the finest weekends we picked, but there was a lot of traffic because of the race. There's so many bikers crisscrossing the roads. And the other important note is about a very good app that we found out at one of the visitor centers. It is called Colorado Trail Explorer, Cortrex. So I think if you ever want to hike any mountains in Colorado, it is highly recommended that you download that app. It is you can find it on Apple App Store and also maybe Google also, but it's free, and it will tell you all the trails in Colorado. And even if you don't have cell signal based on GPS, it will guide you through the, you know, if you're off the trail, if you have your cell phone with you, it's a beautiful app. So don't forget to download and keep it with you. It's a state app, I guess. It's a free, and I found it really useful to mark any trailheads, find out the distance between points, or the length of the trail, the elevation profile, and all of it. It's really beautiful. It's must have. So, you know, if you are hiking any of the peaks, there are 58 14ers, I believe, in Colorado. So anywhere it's useful. So check it out. All right, one layer came off. It's getting pretty warm now, even though we started in maybe high 30s or mid 30s. Now maybe in about 40 degrees, but still pretty good for walking this. Now the trail kind of leveled off here, so can do much better. I think I was a little out of breath during that steep hike, but this is good. We can walk miles if the trail is like this. But that's not going to be 14er at the end of the trail. So we're going to stay on the right here, and on left is the Colorado Trail. We have been walking the Colorado Trail so far, and this is the trail to Mount Elbert all the way. By the way, Colorado Trail, I believe, is the trail that goes all through the state of Colorado. I think the key is drink lots of water or electrolytes. I packed about 3 liters of water. I don't know if I need all of it, but to be on safe side, 2 liters of clear water and 2 liters of about a liter of electrolyte, and a bunch of bananas for quick glucose. Alright. So after splitting from the Colorado Trail, we are on this north trail to the Mount Elbert, I think a northeast trail. It kind of plateaued at that the trail split area. Now the steep incline hiking started. We're still in the tree line. Sun is behind me, so we're kind of walking, I think, southwest, towards southwest. This is steep incline. It's a pretty good workup. Right. Took a short break. A quick banana and some electrolyte. I think energizes for maybe another 10-15 minutes. Let's see. We're continuing on this slope, constant slope. I think the trail started at 10,050 feet. 10,050. So far, hiked about maybe little over a mile, maybe 1/4, and a gain of elevation of about maybe 600 feet or 700. We're still in the tree line. Yeah. I think we're at 11,000 feet elevation, almost close to 1,000 feet elevation, about maybe 1 mile plus hike so far. Three thousand 3,500 or 3,800 feet elevation to go. Man, I think it's going to get pretty steep. Probably this steep is nothing. Okay, quite a number of hikers today. Lot of them, lot of young crowd, middle-aged crowd, old people, all sorts of age groups, dogs. We are, I think, the time is 7:50. At least 1.5 hours into the hike, and maybe 1.5 mile hiked so far. So we are on that pace, 1 hour pace. Yesterday weather was, I believe it showed snow here on the peaks and maybe on the mountain too. I didn't see any snow on the trails, but it's certainly wet. My heart rate is at 132. I think I want to keep it at that. Maybe take a break. One 135, 140 is kind of, it's a good workout heart rate for me. My nine-minute pace or 8.5-minute pace gives me 140 heart rate, but this is not even walking, like 3 miles per hour here. Okay, it's getting steeper and steeper, getting harder and harder. My trail map says, this is my trail map. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. This shows what elevation. We're gaining pretty good elevation, but not the distance. So you can imagine the slope. So this is the story This is the kind of elevation. So many steps. We're at 11,400 elevation. It's a pretty steep incline. It's continuing. There's not much story to tell here. Not many streams. But I think we are coming to the end of the tree line. I can see all the trunks getting smaller and the trees getting thinner. So maybe we have nice weather today. Like I said, yesterday weather was little thunderstorms and snow and rain, but today is beautiful weather, clear skies and blue skies. Nice day to hike. They're saying there is a remote possibility of thunderstorms. There's a possibility of thunderstorms on the peaks like this, about 10,000 feet, and this peak is 14,400. So that thunderstorms maybe at 2 o'clock. Hopefully we'll be heading back here, back into the tree line, hopefully by that time. I think we see the summit through the trees. Can you see it? Now we should be able to see it now. There it is. Yeah. The summit. All right. A little off trail to see the summit. All right. 11,500 feet elevation. So taking lots of mini micro breaks, enjoying the nature. Beautiful walk. Still in the tree line, so we can't see any mountain range, but we are coming to end of the tree line, so it's going to be clearing up at 12,000 feet and another 500 feet of elevation. It's going to clear up, and we'll have nice views from there. We're coming to the clear. We can see the summit with the beautiful, beautiful blue skies in the background. Yeah, perfect day to hike. Not too hot, not too cold, sunny, and nice weather. Couldn't have picked that better day for hiking. So that's the Mount Elbert, and I think that is Mount Massive on the that is another 14er on there. So right, So this is been really steep hike. Didn't expect anything less. So we're in the sun now. So we're close to 11,600. You can see the mountains behind me. Beautiful mountains, nice view from here. And this mountain, that peak behind me, I believe it's Mount Massive. Maybe, I hope I'm not making it up, because that is another 14er. You can hike from the trailhead. We took this Mount Elbert trail, and if you go to the right, you go to Mount Massive. Okay, 11,760 elevation, and then that one step I think gave me 10 feet elevation. So taking a micro break and doing a vlog. Still in the tree line. See this not Mount Elbert trail. I think this is the, I don't think we're going to miss the trail. This is the only trail here. I'm going up from this northeast side. I think there are 3 trails going up to the Mount Elbert. One is from the south side. There may be one from the, I believe there's one from the east side. So all 3 trails meet up at the summit. I think we're almost at 11,800 elevation. I'm measuring my time by the elevation gain, not by the distance. The time is 8:35. All right. Okay. This is the above the tree line. You can pretty much see. All right. There's so many hikers. I think along that ridge path. Nice blue skies. There's small peak behind. This false peak showing Mount Elbert. We are pretty much in the clearing now. No more trees. Probably the distance wise halfway, but from the elevation point of view it's only 1/3. So it's going to get steeper and steeper. I think the trick is to take lots of breaks and walk slowly. Walk real slow. So now we can see the mountain range. This is behind. Wow. There's a town up there. You can see a town, I guess. That's the 360-degree view from North Mount Elbert Trail. We just entered the clearing. Right, this is my trail. Back on the trail. I think it's getting a little warm, so maybe another layer can come off after at next break. Right, so you have to sometimes stop and see what's behind to just to appreciate all these nice views. If you're just hiking one step at a time, you won't see what's behind you. You're going to miss it. So right. I guess this is the best way to record my blog, to see all the scenery behind it, rather than just this rocky trail, this steep trail. It's very hard to capture the enormity of these mountains on this 2D frame. Wow. So, I keep doing this 360-degree view. It's so beautiful. It's amazing. So many hikers. Mount Massive. Getting steeper and steeper. Now the path is, the trail is, as you can see, it's little rocks, not big boulders, but little rocks. But it's not the cause of worry, it's the incline. Not much interesting to record other than this rocky trail, and this is pretty much the story. Very steep, rocks, sand, kind of slippery. This is very sandy. I didn't expect this kind of sand trail, but there are so many hikers today. You can see. This is Mount Elbert. Sorry, Mount Massive. All right, we're doing this trail. Mount Massive behind me, and that's Mount Elbert way up there. I think I came to this ridge line. So there's a steep climb there, and that switchbacks are zigzag. Switchbacks is the technical term, I guess. There's a little let up here. Probably, take a little breathe here. We're at 12,800 elevation. Time is 9:50. So we're doing slow. But the main goal is to get up there. We don't have a target. We said we might do it by 11 o'clock. Now it is not looking like that. We're taking many small breaks. I should stop here, maybe for my banana here. There's some snow up there. I see so many people on that ridge line. That's the way, I think. Massive. There are multiple 14ers on Mount Massive, from one peak to another peak there. And this is the 360-degree view. The town that you see here is Leadville, the town we drove through. And there is a beautiful lake there. And town of Leadville. Leadville has the distinction of I think a highest elevation town in the US, about 10,000 feet elevation. So, massive mountain range. Trail runners here.
Oh, yeah, really? Yeah, the liquid inside of you. I guess that makes sense.
Okay, so walking on this ridge line, getting steeper now again. There's a kicker here. That's peak that you see is not Mount Elbert. It's a false peak, and keep thinking that that's the summit. And after we get there, there are going to be two more false peaks, they're saying. So it's kind of a dampener, but you know, we'll get there. So many fellow hikers. This is the false peak, and we'll see Mount Elbert after that. From there, maybe not even from there, but this is the first milestone to get there. We may have come about distance-wise 3 miles, maybe one and a half mile left, but what I gathered so far from people is this last mile is pretty brutal. So all right, so this trail is pretty well laid out, well, you know, user trail. We can tell thousands of people walk this trail every year. 75,000 people summit Mount Elbert every year. Very popular peak, being the tallest peak in the state of Colorado and second highest peak in the United States, lower United States, not counting Alaska and Hawaii. I think Mount Whitney is the tallest in the lower contiguous states. It's in California, and there are so many 14,000 plus peaks here in Colorado. and Mount Elbert being the tallest of all. Okay, time for a banana break and time to enjoy my 360-degree view here. These mountains are so massive, so beautiful. That's the false peak. I was hoping that that's the one, but there are a couple of more false peaks like that. But this is the hard next maybe 3/4 mile or mile is the very hard hike. There's a beautiful lake there. You can see a nice reflection. This is wow, so many mountains there. This is Mount Massive. And Mr. Elbert somewhere behind that. So many hikers today. We are on our way to this first false peak. This is not the real summit, but this is the first hard one to get to. It became a little cloudy now. There is some cloud cover. I think they said chance of thunderstorms around 2 o'clock. Quick thunderstorms. This path is really sandy and lots of loose rock. There's a word of caution if you're walking fast. I saw some people running down the trail without any kind of hiking poles. They must be, doing this many times. I guess wetlands. You're taking it very slow, doing it very slow. This is a massive mountain, and this is not even the peak. Taking it real slow, almost like counting steps here, counting small steps. This is a kind of dangerous path here, very narrow on the side of the ridge. There's a lot of cliff hanging here. Amazing views from here. I believe there are twin lakes. These are big, large boulder steps. getting back to where we came from. This is our first fall summit. So much loose rock here and slippery. Alright, this is pretty steep. I can't even begin to tell. See, we're going to go up there from this side. A lot of loose rock here, a lot of rocks now, and this gravel and sand is really slippery. That's Mount Massive. We are doing pretty steep hill here. I was told another 15-20 minutes of a steep hill like this, but it's really dangerous. I think I had to walk with real caution. All these rocks are loose and the dirt is loose and the sand is loose. It's very hard to get a grip. You can see how the slope is here. One wrong step. That's all it's going to take. But this is amazing, beautiful. I am top of the first false peak, as they're saying, and here is another peak. This is not even it. This is another false peak. So this is going to be another hard trek, and after this, hopefully, I'll see Mr. Elbert. There are so many people making a beeline there. Okay, just in front of the second falls peak. This is almost 14,000 feet elevation. This is pretty steep.
You're almost there.
Hi. Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself.
You actually are almost there.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
This
Steep right here, though.
yeah, it is, and that one too. That pass also very.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
You're doing good though. You're the one from Boston, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you passed us, right?
Yeah, and then
Right. So my Mallisuri songs are playing in the background. This is Falls Summit, second falls peak. Oh, man. Second falls peak. Now that is Mount Elbert. Now I can see it. Yes, there's a little bit more climbing to do, but looks easy enough. And, so many peaks here. Not massive. This is from the top of the Second Falls summit, Second Falls peak, and that's where it is. That's behind me, and I'm walking towards that. These two falls peaks have been brutally hard. And the steepness is wow. And top of that it is loose rock. This is pretty much walking on the ridge line. Another maybe 10-15 minutes to the summit. This is not as steep, but a lot of exposed rock. You can see a lot of snow up on those mountains. On top of Mount Elbert. This is 360-degree view from the Mount Elbert summit. On top of Mount Elbert summit. Top of Mount Elbert, eating homemade bulhara right here. So beautiful up here.
Also, I loved your message. It's so it holds true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I guess,
Starting the descent. Spent about an hour here. It's 1 o'clock. Going back on the North Trail. More view, surrounding views. The exact time is 12:50. I spent about 1 hour on the summit. It's a beautiful day. It's not too windy, not too cold. So need to be careful now on the descent. This is the slippery side. Going back on the North Mount Elbert Trail, number 1484, trail number 1484, starting the descent. I guess here everybody is pretty religious about it, in terms of after 1 o'clock no one comes up here because of the thunderstorms. You know, these thunderstorms can come at any minute. So I think we are the last few guys who stopped on this. Are going back. No more people at the summit. So we descended 2 false peaks. Yes, sir. We're still doing this steep descent. And a lot of switchbacks on this trail, zigzag trails, to make it a little easy. There are big steps here. Heading back, walking along this cliff, side of the cliff. Be really careful on this. Every step is slippery. We just came down this false peak, number 1. I think the heavy, steep trail is at least brutal. One is behind us. And compared to that, this looks pretty easy. Yeah, I think we descended the very steep part of it, the dangerous part of it, and now I think 1 more mile to the tree line maybe. on and off the sun on the Mount Massive there. But we're close to entering the tree line. The steep part of the descent is behind us. But you can still see the nice scenery. What I thought while going up, that was Mount Elbert, but it was not Mount Elbert. It's a false peak, and false peak number 1. And there's one behind that. That was another false peak number 2, and then Mount Elbert. So we are 12,000 feet elevation and entering the tree line. So, didn't get any rain, so there were some clouds, but no rain, luckily. Just entered the tree line, and I guess we have 2 more miles to go. But yeah, this is where we split from Colorado Trail. We are going to the Trailhead, just about 0.2 miles from here. The time is 4:20, so hopefully 4:30 we should be in the car. All right, we are back at the Trailhead safely. Okay, first 14 are in the bag. Mount Elbert, tallest mountain in the state of Colorado, second tallest in the lower contiguous 48 states of United States. All right, we did it. We did it. Yeah, we did it.
So we did it. So congratulations, Babu Garu.
Congratulations.
Okay, it's a great day, and
Beautiful day to do a hike.
we couldn't have asked for better weather, and it was just beautiful. And we took about almost 10 hours, I think.
Rockies.
I know.